This is the brand new Porsche 911 GT2 RS. And, well, we've already viewed this on the channel, so we already know about it. And we know it is very, very fast. We know that it's probably closest competitor is something like the Ford GT. It does top a lot of the leaderboards. But we was looking at this, me and a couple of friends, whose channels will all be linked down in the description down below, who you'll be able to see this video on for their channel as well. We were looking at this and we were thinking, it's another 911. We couldn't name all the 911 range. So, we came up with a challenge. We have this Porsche 911 GT2 RS. One person would be taking this, and the rest of us would have to take another 911. And we would be figuring out what is the best Porsche 911. So, here goes nothing. We have a quarter of a mile drag race. That car guy 458 is in the Porsche 911 GT2 RS. I'm sorry you're seeing this from my first person action because I forgot to record it afterwards, so you've seen it from the first person. Tigos is in the Porsche 911 Turbo S. I'm in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS4. The Gaming Doctor is in Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Like the new one that just got into Forza. And Dolphino is in Porsche 911 GT2 RS from 2012. And as you saw, Dolphino did end up winning the first race through sheer power, so now we're on to the mile drag race, and I was falling behind a little in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS4. I picked this because this is the first ever car we reviewed on the channel, if you guys remember. And Dolphino did manage to win that one again, through sheer power. Next we did a 0 to 100 to 0 challenge, where we would be taking our cars, accelerating them up to 100 miles an hour and braking as fast as possible. We all ran ABS on, just so it's more fair. Oh, and I forgot to mention, all these cars are upgraded to S-Class, and since because the GT2 RS is at the top of S-Class, we thought, what can we do with our cars to get them to the top of S-Class? It didn't take much upgrading, obviously, so all the cars have launched up to now, except from the GT3, which is next to me. I went last, just because the way it was all lined up. The GT3 is about to launch any minute now. Come on, there we go. That thing was really struggling for power because it does start very high up, and the doctor did build it to be more towards handling, which I do regret not building mine to say the least. But here we are, and we're going to be launching in about a second or so. Whenever I decided to launch this, I didn't really, we didn't have a time basis, but up to now, I can't remember. We'll have to see when we get up here. We're just passing the Dolphino, we're passing the old GT2, and I'm on the brakes already. So I came second, Dolphino came first, the Turbo S came third, the GT3, the new one that just got into the game, came fourth, and the 911 GT2 RS, the brand new one, came last. Which all came as a surprise. We weren't expecting my car to do as well as it did, and we weren't expecting the Turbo S to get braked as well as it did, but it did. So, our next, obviously, challenge was to race these things. And, well, we went to a German track. We went to Hockenheim because, well, it's German, it's good. So, what you're seeing here is from my perspective. So I did manage to record this replay because, I remembered it this time. There is an awful lot of tyre smoke, which I don't remember there being. Bit of Forza lag for you there. Everyone's doing massive burnouts. But I got a pretty decent launch and was now chasing down the lead 3. But it wouldn't go well. I had a massive lock-up into the back of the GT2 RS, the Turbo S into the back of the old GT2 into the back of the Turbo S, and there was a bit of crashing, to say the least. And it all came out with me coming in last, and this is where it all goes wrong for me. My Porsche 911 GT3 RS4 suffers from massive wheelie syndrome, as did that the Dolphino in the 911 GT2 RS from 2012. We both suffer from massive wheelie syndrome, and what wheelie syndrome is when you have a rear engine car. You'll see I'm coming around this corner now and my front wheels lift up, so I start losing control of my car. I don't know what to do. I'm all squirrely, and well, it demotes me to last. Well, in a minute it will, because I'll come up to this corner as well, and the front end would just come up and I just wouldn't be able to get it turned. I had to go so slow around this corner because it just wouldn't get turned in. So I was demoted to last and I would stay there. But we had a very close front three actually. It was between the 911 GT2 RS, the new one, the 911 Turbo S, and the 911 GT2 RS from 2012. Oh no, it's not. Which one are we missing? Oh, we're missing the Turbo S. It's the 911 GT3, the 911 GT2, the old one, 911 GT2, the new one. I knew that. Totally have reviewed this footage before. No, but seriously, me and the old GT2 were suffering from massive wheelie syndrome. The only difference was that his 911 was very, very good at straight line speed, so it was very hard to overtake. Now, what we were doing was, I just could not get my 911 to go around the circuit. It just wouldn't do it. And what wheelie syndrome is a rear engine car. If it's got too much power and not enough front downforce, the front end will lift up. It will do a wheelie. That's why we call it wheelie syndrome, because it just do a wheelie out of nowhere. It just decides, okay, I want the front two wheels up off the air. And this is bad, because when your front two wheels are up in the air, you can't steer. And when you can't steer, you can't take a corner. And when you can't take a corner, you're into the grass. When you're doing a lap, when you go into the grass, it isn't good at all. And my 911 GT2, GT3 was suffering from this badly, very, very badly, to say the least. But it didn't stop these front runners from having a very good race up ahead. Now, as you can see, the old GT2 is running away with things because just the sheer power, and it is really a battle for second place between this here GT3, the GT2, and the Turbo S. And this was a very close lot of racing. We knew the GT3 was very good handling, so it was going to make up a lot of its time through the corners. The GT2 wasn't very bad for it. We know it is a very good handling car. We know it's very powerful. It can get straight line speed very, very well, because we've reviewed this thing. And the Turbo S, well, that was just four-wheel drive. It booed out the corners and was doing very well. Currently, the GT3 is in the lead, coming up to the stadium section right now. It is hard on the brakes, and the 911, the GT2 can really pull it in on the brakes because it is much better on the brakes than the GT3. But the driver for the 911, that car guy 458, whose channel will be linked down in the description down below, isn't as confident as the gaming doctor is. Tigos in the Turbo S is slowly catching these guys because they're battling. The doctor's having to defend in the GT3, and that car guy in the GT2 is having to attack very, very hard, which is in turn slowing them down, which is leading to this Turbo S coming up in, which is obviously catching up and can't go for an overtake. This is the final lap of the race, by the way. Tigos is also another YouTubing friend of ours, which I will just link in the description down below. Definitely go and check out both channels. They'll have their points of view and perspectives on this race very, very soon. Tigos has it recorded from actual gameplay standpoint. I wanted to record it like this because I thought it'd be a bit more fun, a bit more informative. It has gone by very, very quickly actually, which surprised me. But now we're blasting down. The GT3 will start being reeled in by everything because it just doesn't have the straight line speed. As you can see, it is currently in 4th position, but it takes a massive dive on the Turbo S. But the Turbo S gets an amazing cutback, and they're side by side coming out of that hairpin. And the Turbo S is just because it's got all-wheel drive, a bit more power. It's accelerating away from the GT3, but the GT3 can keep it much, much faster. As you can see, it pulls it in so hard around that corner there, coming up to another big braking zone. The GT3 and the Turbo S are all over each other, leaving the 911 GT2 to run away with things a little bit. It's got a little bit of a gap, as you can see, so it's not doing too badly, but the GT2 did go very, very wide. This GT3 is right on its back end now, and as it's come up to a very good, very handling oriented bit of the track, the GT3 is just reeling everything in. The GT2 went a little bit wide. The GT3 has took everything from that, and the GT3 is going to try go around the outside of the GT2. There's a lot of GTs being said here. There's a little bit of bumping. The GT3 comes off worse for wear. The Turbo S is now on the rear end of that GT3. And we are going side by side into the second to last corner. The Turbo S goes, falls back and sliding, let it all go. Well, the GT2 goes wide. Well, the GT2 does benefit from it. The old GT2 is miles ahead. The GT2 comes second, the new old one, and the GT3 in 3rd place. But that shows you guys that was a very, very good race. Very, very close race as well. And as we found out, the 911 GT2 isn't the fastest 911 you can get if you upgrade mod to S-Class. It is, in fact, the 911 GT2 RS from 2012. My 911 suffered very, very badly from wheelie syndrome. The GT3 RS4, the RS4, that suffered massively from mad wheelie syndrome, so you couldn't really get the thing around the circuit very, very well. The GT3 was very, very good handling, although just didn't have the straight line speed, and the 911 Turbo S, well, fit in between everything. It had good speed, decent handling, decent braking, and the 4-wheel drive really got out the corners very, very well. But anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below for more videos like this. We're looking to get a Holy Trinity video out soon, some relay races, some one gator challenge races coming out very, very soon on the channel. If you guys want to see them, comment down below some other challenges you want to see us do as well. Also, subscribe to the other channels linked down below, That Car Guy 458 and Tigos in the description down below. Go subscribe to them. I hope you guys have enjoyed. TMDC Hyper, signing out.